The world's richest man, Elon Musk, blasts a post on X claiming massive crowds of 150,000 are rising up against immigration in Australia, igniting a global firestorm. But what if it's all based on wildly exaggerated lies that could supercharge hate and division down under? That's the explosive twist that's got everyone talking, questioning if social media giants are fueling chaos or just amplifying the wrong voices. Welcome to Aussie Political Updates, your no-holds-barred dive into the raw underbelly of Aussie politics. Hit subscribe and smash that notification bell right now to catch every bombshell before it blows up. Fast forward to August 31st, 2025, a sunny Sunday that turned into a powder keg across Australia's major cities, where the March for Australia rallies erupted like a storm long brewing in the shadows of post-COVID frustrations and economic squeezes. Picture the scene in Sydney's bustling streets, near the iconic Opera House and the pounding feet of the Sydney Marathon runners, thousands draped in Aussie flags, waving placards screaming "Stop the boats and end the invasion," the chants echoing off the harbour as police form human barriers to keep the peace. Organised loosely by fringe groups blending anti-lockdown holdouts from the pandemic era with far-right firebrands, these protests drew a mix of everyday Aussies fed up with housing shortages and job competition, but laced with darker elements that sent chills through multicultural neighbourhoods. In Melbourne, the tension boiled over outside Flinders Street Station, where 5,000 protesters clashed with counter-demonstrators from the pro-Palestine and anti-fascist crowds, bottles flying, pepper spray stinging the air, and 6 arrests lighting up the evening news as 2 officers nursed injuries from the melee. Up in Queensland's Townsville, firebrand MP Bob Katter, known for his wild threats and colourful heritage, swarmed by hundreds of supporters, railed against what he called a 400,000-strong yearly migrant flood overwhelming rural towns, while in Brisbane, a few thousand marched from parklands to botanical gardens playing patriotic tunes like Red Gum's anthems. And in Canberra, One Nation's Pauline Hanson, the Queen of Controversy, took the stage alongside Senator Malcolm Roberts, thundering about sovereignty under siege and diversity as a dirty word, her presence drawing sharp rebukes from the federal government. Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke didn't mince words, slamming the rallies as divisive poison with no place in a nation built on the fair go, while Victorian Premier Jacinta Allen, fresh from a multicultural gala, warned that walking with Nazis, yes, neo-Nazis like Thomas Sewell who hijacked Melbourne's event, would never divide the promise of multiculturalism. But here's the moment that flips the script entirely. As the crowds dispersed under the setting sun, reports trickled in from police estimators painting a far humbler picture: 15,000 in Sydney, 6,000 in Brisbane, 5,000 in Melbourne, totalling around 21,000 nationwide, a far cry from the ad hoc energy but hardly the tidal wave of revolution some hoped for. Yet, in the digital ether, the narrative exploded into overdrive when Elon Musk, the Tesla titan and ex-overlord with his finger on the pulse of global discourse, reposted a video from the Sydney rally with a caption that sent shockwaves: 50,000 in Brisbane, 100,000 in Sydney, not bad for no mainstream media push, and X is the only real media now. Musk's endorsement, tagged with his signature flair, rocketed the post to millions, but experts and officials cried foul, revealing the numbers as pure fantasy inflated to stoke the flames of anti-immigrant fervour. This wasn't just a slip, it was a spotlight on how one man's platform could warp reality, turning modest marches into mythical uprisings and potentially emboldening extremists in a country already scarred by rising right-wing tides. As the sun set on that chaotic day, the real intrigue simmered. With Musk's history of anti-immigration jabs from the UK to his own US battles, was this a deliberate nod to the hard right, or an innocent boost gone wrong? And how would Australia's leaders counter this viral misinformation before it festered into something uglier? But just when you think the dust has settled, a deeper layer unravels. What if Musk's misstep is the tip of a global iceberg, where billionaire influence collides with national sovereignty, threatening to rewrite Australia's immigration debate forever? Thanks for joining Aussie Political Updates, your ultimate hub for unfiltered Aussie political drama. If this tale of misinformation and mass rallies left you reeling, drop a like, share it far and wide, and subscribe with notifications on to never miss the next twist in our nation's power struggles. What's your verdict on Musk's role here? Ally to truth or amplifier of lies? Sound off in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next explosive update.